Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, back with another Kamihime project video. But sorry if you hear the fan in the background because it is way too hot to keep that thing off. But yeah, a few things I want to talk about. Not just Kamihime project, but a few main things with Kamihime project. First off, these events are about to end. These two events right here, the Advent and the Raid event. You're about to lose your chance to get these characters. So anybody trying to still pull for them, you may want to go for them. I know I've done this banner with the water girl right here on the side. I've done 30 pulls on that. I didn't get either character, so I just gave up because I'm not trying to burn the rest of my jewels at this point. Then the other banner, I did get both characters, but it took 110 pulls, so there's that. Also, the favorite Kamihime banner, I kind of just ignore, to be quite honest. The free 10 pulls are about to go too, so there's that. If you do want a guaranteed shot at least one collab character, here you go, but it's still random. Then there's some other stuff they haven't had to. It's kind of whatever. But then on top of that too is that also back in the events tab as well. Magic Jewels, go do that. I've already got all mine. The irony is too that I did this off element, so I literally fought with no water Hime. I had some in subs, but it didn't really matter. In fact, this team C was my elaborate team, and they didn't even take a turn. But in the case of all these, you can do them off element if you're strong enough. Just go get your magic jewels though, regardless. I could have did it with water. I just chose to take the easy route and just use my strongest element. Then on top of that too, Tower of Malice. I'm not recording this because I had a perfect run already recorded already, and you can already see I got 16,500 medals. That is a perfect run. I only took one turn throughout the entire tower, which means most of my floors were actually 0 turn. But the thing with this is the fact that in order to get a perfect run, you have to take no more than 1 turn. You have to take no more than 1 turn per floor. So that's actually a bit demanding to pull off. Most normal people can probably get like 15,000 medals easily in order to, just by clearing every single floor of all the missions. If you perfect run, you can get this much, as you see. So there's that. But again, I have to point this out because of a reminder. This shop will go at some point. I did mention in a previous video, I think it's around October, but I think we got like maybe 3 more tower events before it goes. It's either 2 or 3, if I remember correctly. So, that said, you want to be able to use all your medals before then. I will put out a video when it's the final tower, just to give everybody a heads up. But you can't keep stockpiling these forever. Keep that in mind. Then also, event that ended recently was the Union event as well. I didn't really care about doing too much on it because, again, water was the main focus. But my Union's pretty lax about things anyway, but you see what I've done. I was close to getting the medals for something there, but there you go. But also, we have a new event coming up soon as well. I do know these characters are actually pretty good to pull for that's coming up, but the thing is though, they are also going to come back, so decide if you want to save up or not, because there are some more collaboration characters on the way. I know the next one is the Wings collab, and I think that's in like either a month or 2. And then we also have the Corrupted Hime banner that's coming after that collab as well, which has Angra Mainyu, who's a very powerful white elaborate Hime, and Dark Frey, well, a second Dark Frey actually, and she is very, 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 very strong when used the right way for a normal attack for Dark. So, that said, you may want to save your jewels for that, because the Corrupted banners are very hard to pull, as well as the Surprise banner that pops up. It's literally the name of it, but it has the Guild Girl on it, and she's water. Like, they're very hard to pull on those banners. And then the collaboration characters are not coming back. That's why I give you a heads up. Like, you're basically on your less than 24 hours right now on the current collab characters. And you never know who's really used, because I'm hearing that there's actually some very good team setups for these guys. So, like, there's some that they actually use on JP set. Like, I know a lot of people don't like doing manual, so they like auto ability. Ironically, Aja from the DXD collab is used with Napoleon for our auto ability team. I found that out. I didn't even know that. So again, you never know. That's why I say if you really, really want to optimize your pulling, aim for the collabs because they don't come back. Aim for the corrupted Hime as well. Other than that, they have a chance at coming back. But there isn't any more permanent Hime that get added to the game as far as I know. So it's all basically just limited. It's either limited, collab, or corrupted banners. And the collab and corrupted banners are the hardest ones to get. So that's just how that is. But another thing too is the fact that we have like raids that are going to pop up later on. I found out JP Sad just recently got a second one recent. It's like it's based off of the content that gets added later, which is like Oni fights or whatever. You can get more bricks off of it, the weapon upgrade materials. But they do have a raid version, and the raid version is going to be the new highest difficulty, called Cataclysm. I'm still trying to find out some more info on the water one, but the fire one has been out for a while. If you are not meeting specific conditions for it, like doing enough normal attacks and ability usage and bursts and all that, it will start stacking itself with a special token, and if it hits 10, you lose. It's not going to do the 100,000 trigger anymore. It's going to flat out take all your HP out. It's a 100% HP loss, I do believe, per hit. And it does hit multiple times from what I've seen. So that's going to also give you a chance at some new SP attack weapons, which I heard was good for Stinger. Like good replacement for Stinger, or even use alongside it. But then they also add a large version of Weapon Fest, kind of like they did the Malicious Plus weapons. So those Weapon Fest ones are actually so strong that you may want to get some Drionic guys for that. So I'm giving people a heads up. There's even more weapons that's probably going to be worth spending your Draconic Eyes on later down the line. So be prepared for that. I mean, we get a year in advance, and in a year you can get roughly about, I think, 40 or even 50 Draconic Eyes if you really try. And that's without the gacha RNG, so there's that. Because I know a lot of these shops give you Draconic Eyes. Like, you can get some from the Red Raid Medals. You can get some from this shop right here, the Yadoan Orb shop. I've been trying to stay above a certain amount anyways. You might get some Draconic Eyes from trading those little green cores and going here. Events can give them. You never really know. So, you may want to save up on your Draconic Eyes, although they are also used for souls, and we're about to get Leonidas pretty soon. Quick little heads up for people. Leonidas is one of the best auto ability souls in the game. She is also one of the biggest souls you need to get if you want to have a sustain team. What I mean by sustain means the tanky teams that can basically like try to outlast damage and all that. She is insanely good for that. So Leonidas is definitely the S3 soul to grab if you're just unsure about grabbing anybody. I will flat out say it. She is the safest bet for S3, just like Kong Ming was the safest bet for S2. So, there you go. Same time, too, we're also not too far off from Beethoven, because she's the last one of the S3, but she's also, like, she's pretty close as well. I think she's, like, in less than a month and a half now at this point. But, Beethoven's very manual-based, so don't even get her if you're the auto ability type of person. But Leonidas is very good for auto ability battle. I'd have to point that out. And when the tower format changes, she's also pretty good for that too. So there's that. But anyways, also I got another login too because I forgot about that. But anyways, sad things I wanted to mention because I know a lot of people watch for the Kamihime content, so I'm putting the sad stuff at the end now. I dropped a video of most of a chapter of a fanfiction I did a while back. Check that out if you like that type of stuff. It is about my favorite VTuber, of course. However, I am intending to make a sequel, which will include lots more VTubers. I have already posted a video spitballing the idea before. I know not too many people are into the whole VTuber thing, but at the very least, I wouldn't condemn all VTubers very quickly. You never know, check them out. Because honestly, the VTuber that got me into all that VTuber stuff, she's actually pretty tame. And she's a VTuber by the name of Rosie Bellmoon. But the ironic thing is she didn't end up becoming my favorite because of the fact that it's like, I kind of just said screw it, embrace the chaos, and actually ended up liking Necrolina's content. And that's also why I like a few others like Dipper Dog and Nakoya and a few others I can mention as well. But that's the thing, is like, I kind of like the chaos, I kind of like the unhinged content sometimes. That's how it is. I mean, I make videos on pretty much H games for who knows how long and how much of my channel, basically. It's no surprise. But I do have to point out that it's like it's a VTuber fanfiction, so there's that. And don't worry, there's nothing romantic or anything about it. There's none of that whole quote-unquote gooner stuff in there if you don't like that sort of thing. It does get pretty anime, though, because I had, like, a whole bunch of her lore tossed into it, and then fight scenes and all that type of stuff as well. But, yeah, check that out if it interests you. Also, another sad thing that's coming up, I will be trying to do some videos of Tevi. It's been sitting on my computer for who knows how long. I need to actually start playing that game because I feel kind of bad I just bought it and just never really played it. Same case for another game called Metaphor Refantasio. I'll probably be playing those as well, but it's probably sporadic because just like the streaming thing as well, I've done like once and then kind of forgot about it for a few weeks. I'm sorry about that. It's like I've been doing so many different things to the point where it's like I may be forgetting about some things, or I might necessarily just have no time for it. So that said, if I do forget about it, sorry. If any of you want to see that stuff, just remind me in the comments. I don't mind, especially since comments are kind of helping the algorithm anyway. And while YouTube is a bit of a hobby for me, I still want to at least be somewhat serious about it because it's more of a case of just like, I have it, I've been doing it for a while, I wouldn't mind growing. That said too, also, I was getting some ideas on trying to get a microphone as well, like looking at some decent ones to try and get out. So that will be in the works. I just don't know when that's going to happen anytime soon because, again, currently I'm like not in the best financial situation, but I could still potentially get one. But that would be a little bit of a save up right now, so yeah, there's that. And another thing too, because I already mentioned it, the whole live stream thing, I'll announce if I happen to do a live stream on the weekend or whatever. Just keep a heads up for it. I really should, because honestly, I have never finished Kingdom Hearts 3, ever. I know about what goes on and all that, but I've never personally played it. And then on top of that too, I keep starting live streams of it, but I'm stopping, like I stopped at the Toy Story World twice now. I think that's the first one I go into. It's like, I kind of do want to get into that, especially since at this point I might just be rusty on it again, and I'm going into critical mode, the hardest difficulty. Yeah, have fun with that. But, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. It's like, a whole bunch of sad stuff is kind of just going on all at once, if you want to be honest. And let's not forget, I do take some free time to just sit up and check out some other stuff, maybe some VTubers and all that as well. I look at some other YouTube videos occasionally. It's like, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between a lot of different stuff. I kind of need to, like, maybe tone some of it down. But yeah, there's that. Also, one last sad thing. There's been a while back, I made a Twitter account. I refuse to call it X because I think that's a stupid name. But I made a Twitter account. And I basically just never really used it. So I may occasionally use it again now. I've already, like, did post something on there, on top of also had quite a few follows that's happened, just dropped on a few other things. But don't get your hopes up on it. I'm mainly using the Twitter account just for more engagement, because I'm not trying to be into, like, huge amounts of major drama or whatever, because I don't like that stupid crap I see on Twitter half the time anyways. That said, though, I will flat out say, drama comes my way, so be it, because you can't change how people are, you can't change their opinions. I'm just going to just tone that out if I can. But if somebody genuinely does try to, like, be persistent and starting some crap, that's when I'll step in. And that also applies to a few different things, like the Discord I have, if you wanted to jump into, I try to be pretty chill on that and everything, but there were like a few occasional times where I really did have to step in and kick a few people. That's just me, though. It's like I try to be chill. Like, I called myself Dark Frozen Depths for a reason. The frozen part is part of being chill. But it's still the fact that it's like, don't get your hopes up on the Twitter stuff, to be quite honest. I may be periodically using it, but I don't really know too much to do with it, really, because it's like, I don't care much for Twitter, if you want to be honest. But, again, possible post engagement or whatever, so there's that. Then, on top of that, too, is the fact that I mentioned the Discord. I have that linked as well if you want to jump in on that. So there you go. But, anyways, that's all for this. A lot of stuff I talked about or whatnot. But I'm going to get back to playing this because this is the last day of the events, and I'm going to try and finish up some things on the grind. Since the day just reset, I'm going to go into the admin event and do a little bit of finishing touches on that first. But, anyways, that's all for this. More will come soon. And also one final thing too, I do still play Ethereum Restart as well, so there's that as well. You might expect a video from that pretty soon, so keep your heads up on that. And I am planning on doing another guide video. I just wanted to stop being hot so I can have my fan turned off and actually record my voice a little bit more clearly. That's why that's been put on hold, because heat waves suck. But anyways, that's all for this. More will come soon, and take care.